There we go. Live in one place. Let's see if we can go live in another. That looks right. That looks right. Perfect. Happy Monday, everyone. We are live. It's Sarah from your Creative Junction, and it is Make Something Monday. And we are going to get creative tonight. This is going to be fun. So hello, and as you're joining me, please say hi in the comments. If you are watching us live, we'd love to chat with you. If you are catching us on replay, please hit hashtag replay in the comments, and we will come back and say hi back and answer any questions that you might have. We're going to chat all things crafting. We are headed full steam ahead into crafting season. So tonight we're going to chat about what's coming up this week, what's coming up in December. Hopefully you've seen the December calendar already. And we're going to craft while we do it. Hey, Lori, how are you? I hope you're doing well. We are, oh, look, you can sneak peek. The Bex restocked her shelf with some really cute things. So anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to attempt to make these super cute embroidered sweatshirts 2 different ways tonight. One with beads and one with fabric, and we'll see how we go for time. But that is the plan for tonight. So if you're joining me as you're dropping in, please say hello. Don't forget to like this video and share it. That helps tell the algorithm that they should share this with other folks. I'm trying to straighten up that camera. But tonight we are going to work on 2 different sweatshirts if we possibly can. One of them, I'm going to use some fabric, and we're going to do the word Mary on it, I believe. And the other one, I'm going to attempt this tree without the star, and I'm going to use beads for that one. I have a variety of different glass beads, and that's what we are going to work on. So I'm going to get started because this one might take a little while. But just so you know, what I've done is I've gone ahead and printed out. This is just on regular paper off of my printer, and I am going to, I'm just going to cut them out so that I have the shapes that I want. So I just did a Google search and found this tree image that I kind of like. I didn't want anything too fussy because I need to be able to embroider with it. So I wanted relatively easy, like tree limb shapes, not a bunch of jagged lines, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to skip the star altogether. So I'm just going to do the tree shape for tonight. And then the Mary word, I just found a font that looked thick enough for me. I might actually make it a little bit thicker just because I want the fabric to show through, and I might want these letters to be a little bit wider. So as I draw it on my shirt, this is just a reference. So as I draw it on my shirt, then I will make it a little bit wider. Hey, Katie, you love Make Something Monday. Me too, friend. Me too. It is a busy, busy week. I am getting ready for retreat. We leave on Friday, and I've got lots and lots of prep. We've got some pretty fun classes coming up this week, including this one. So you can come and bring your own shirt, whatever size you like, whatever color you like, your favorite shirt. That way you're choosing something that's comfy and perfect just for you. And then we're going to teach you how to do this. And we've got all sorts of supplies to make this fun. I should have cut these letters out ahead of time because this is going to take me a moment, but that's okay. We can chat while I do this. How was everybody's Monday? What did you get up to today? I had to take the dogs to get groomed today. They look all pretty and they smell much better. Hey, Annette, how are you? All packed for retreat, my friend? Happy Monday. This little sweatshirt project is something that is super fun and is not difficult. You do not have to have incredible embroidery skills. If my mom hops on here later, she'll be able to tell you how awful my embroidery skills are. So this one's really simple. It's not difficult. Won't be one that makes you all frustrated, believe me. But it's a fun way to make something out of just a plain Jane sweatshirt. You could even pull one out of your closet. You don't have to. This is an opportunity to upcycle something. You don't have to go and buy something new. I didn't have any sweatshirts in my closet, so I went and bought 2 new ones. They won't go to waste. Avery will probably steal at least one of them. But this is a great project, an opportunity to do something creative, even just taking something that's already in your closet, or going to the thrift store and finding something and being able to take it and turn it into something else. For that matter, this is fabric scraps that we are using for several different projects here in the workshop, but you could also find flannel shirts or pajama bottoms at the thrift store. I've done that many a time. Wash them, dry them, and then just use them as the fabric for this project, because there's tons of fabric in a pair of pajamas or a flannel shirt that you could use without having to go and buy something brand new, because we're all trying to be thrifty. No, so this project is a sweatshirt. I have crew necks. You could use a hoodie. You could also do this with a t-shirt. You don't have to do it with a sweatshirt, but 'tis the season for warmth. So I have sweatshirts. I just picked these ones up at Walmart. They are either Hanes or Gildan. I can't remember. I'll look at them in a second. But you could also do this with a little bit of a different project, one that I have on my board to try, with like a cable knit sweater, and doing some embroidery on it. That is also incredibly trendy and popular right now. For whatever reason, we're putting our names on our sweaters. Hey, Mo. So yeah, that's another project to come potentially. Plaid scarf from the dollar store. Absolutely. You can use whatever. It doesn't matter what fabric you're going to put in behind. It just matters what color it is and whether or not you like the pattern. I need smaller scissors for this little job. Hey, Christine. Look at y'all. You must be like ready for retreat because you've joined me. I know how excited we're getting. I was doing a bunch of work tonight, trying to secure supplies, because some supplies are sitting in Canada Post warehouses and they don't look like they're going to get here in time. So that's this week's dilemma, is trying to find supplies that ship without using Canada Post. Oy, oy, oy. So ready. Yeah. I am too. I'm ready for a weekend away with all you friends. I promise I'm not still contagious. I'm just still coughing. This terrible, terrible cough that doesn't want to let go. So if you missed it, I am just cutting out some letters. I'm going to use these as a guide because, quite honestly, I think I want them a little bit bigger on my sweater. And I have some washable ink markers to try, but I think that's not going to work now that I think about it, because I have a dark colored sweatshirt. So I might be using chalk. And we are going to take these letters and we are going to trace them onto our sweatshirt. And then we're going to do some embroidery on that sweatshirt with these letters. And this little plaid fabric is the plan. So this is just a fun project that we're doing a class this week. So you could come and join us. Bring your own sweatshirt in your own size and color, whatever you want, or one that you could do at home. Maybe this is inspiring for you to make your own holiday sweatshirt that's not ugly. I do not do ugly sweater party things. That's just me. You could totally make this ugly sweater, though, if you wanted to. You could take it to that next level. But I digress. I printed these letters off. I just made them in Canva. Used a font that I thought was chunky enough, and I still don't think it's thick enough, so I'm going to make it a little bit wider. I also printed off this tree, and I'm going to, if I have time, I'm going to attempt to do that one also on a different sweatshirt, but with some beads, some glass beads. I have a bunch of different colors here, so we're going to try that. Oh, white pencil crayon with warm water. That's a good tip. I did not know that. I have a little bit of a supply of just plain white chalk, and I find that that works as well. I'm doing navy blue. I thought about black, but you know what? I decided to go with a different color. So I'm going to do navy blue for the words. And then the other sweatshirt is gray. And that's the one I'm going to put this tree on, I think, is my plan. So we shall see. We shall see. Try and get this center cut out of here first. And then we'll get started. I have an entire bin full of embroidery floss. So while you're watching me cut these letters, let me know, what would you use? This is the fabric. How she used to mark her quilt. That's an awesome tip. I'm going to use this plaid fabric on a navy sweatshirt. So what are we thinking about thread color? Because I have almost every color under the sun. So I need to choose a color for the embroidery, keeping in mind that the fabric is going to peek through. So probably the fabric is less of the star in this show. But I still have to pick a color, and you all know I can't make decisions, especially on a Monday. So I'm going to grab my sweatshirt, and we're going to get this laid out first. And my tape measure, so that we can try and make sure that it's centered. Ooh, dark green. Oh yeah, green is a great option. Oh, I lied. These are Athletic Works sweatshirts. They're actually quite nice. And they feel cozy. And they were only $18, I think, new. I did not have time to run to thrift stores, so I opted to go with new, where I knew I could find one. So that's what I did. But we're going to lay this out, and I'm just going to trace this first and get it on here, making sure that it's straight and centered as best as I possibly can. Christmas green. I think I actually have like a variegated green, which might look quite nice. So my rule of thumb for chest is always my hand, like the size of my hand, give or take, from the neck. Sorry, I'm pointing and you can't see it, but that's the neck seam. And Then I use the sides of the neck seam as my guide for centering. Then I know it's going to be in the center, and then I'll just stand up and make sure that it's in a straight line. I'm going to give my letters a little bit more space because I do think I'm going to make them a little bit wider than my guide here. But I do want it to be straight, ideally. Wouldn't be the first time I've done something crooked. We've made an awful pile of shirts. There we go. I'm looking for my chalk. I brought my sewing bin from home. I remembered to bring this little caddy that sits inside of my desk that used to be where y'all watched me live. So this chalk is a little bit wider, so it's thicker, and this is going to work perfectly. Hopefully it doesn't, I don't brush it all off as I go. I might regret this decision. We'll see. We'll keep the letters handy. Using the thickness of that chalk, I'm going to aim for the outside edge as my guide for the embroidery. It's just going to be easier to color in that whole spot there. So you can sort of see on the camera how this is looking. And keep in mind, you're not going to see this. It's going to wash off. So the chalk is just a guide for my embroidery here. We're going to do something that's called reverse applique. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut a piece of fabric, and it's going to go on the underside of the sweatshirt, and both are going to get embroidered together. Whoop, broke the chalk. A little aggressive with the chalk tonight. How was everyone's weekend? We had our Santa parade here. Did anybody do anything fun on the weekend? I didn't. Normally I ask you that way earlier than this. You could make a stencil out of vinyl and stick it on and then peel it off. I would use stencil vinyl, not anything permanent, so that you could get it off. Yeah, I don't think that's going to disappear too easily, but we'll keep the letters close by just in case. So I'm going to set this out of my way. You put up your lights. Ooh, that's a good idea. I did literally 0 things. You're saving yourself for us. Oh, I feel so privileged. That's amazing. I'm excited. I am packing some warm clothes so that I can try and get down to that fire on one of the nights. Really hoping that the weather holds and it stays warm. Now I should have measured. Give me one quick second. So I'm going to do 12 inches just to be safe, so that I have more fabric underneath than I could possibly need. I'm going to cut off the selvage here. I brought the mat and I brought the rotary cutter. Look at me go. Hopefully the blade's not dull. It very well could be. Like the first time ever at the fire. I know, right? I always have the best of intentions. I really do. But I end up staying to help others craft. So hopefully Saturday night's crafting lineup, I think I should be able to make it down to the fire. I'm going to pack warm clothes. I might even pack a blanket. Oh, I did not. The blade could very well be a little bit dull. Oh, the Christmas decorations, Lori too. Well done. I did not do any of that. It was a full house here, so I did not get any Christmas decorations out. We'll see if we can get, we should have left the numbers on the other side so that I could actually see them. This is my mat that has all sorts of paint on it. The mat that was used for all things except for a whole lot of cutting. So I'm going to give myself more fabric than I am going to need. I just would rather have a little bit more behind and then not have enough. If that totally makes sense, I'm sure it does. All right. So, I don't know what happened there, but it's probably my blade that needs to be changed out. There we go. So put the rest of that fabric away, and I'm going to take, I don't need my mat, I don't need my blade. Get those out of the way. Now, I don't have a super huge hoop. Ooh, a heated blanket. Will it go to the fire? Is it like battery operated? I need to hear more about that. So my fabric is going to go on the inside of my sweatshirt, and I'm going to place it there ever so carefully, and then I'm going to put a couple pins in just so that it doesn't shift. There's probably, if I turned this inside out, it would probably be easier, but it will look terrible on camera for me to do that. So I'm just going to do this for now. A heated blanket is a great idea, but is it portable? Is it battery operated? Tell me more. Can it go to the fire? I have one, but it has to be plugged in. Now you've got me thinking I should bring mine. All right. So I'm going to grab some pins. Only use it on the couch. I used mine as a heating pad on my back last week when I put my ribs out again. Which was terrible. I'm just going to pin this in a couple of places because I'm going to use a hoop. I just want to make sure that it stays put and stays nice and flat. And then hopefully I can place the hoop around the pins. I'm also making sure not to pin the back of the sweatshirt. Woo, it doesn't. Okay, gotcha, Maura. It's an electric blanket that needs to be plugged in. That makes sense. I'm sure somewhere out there is battery operated ones. We should investigate that more. My mom is joining us late, just in time to see you missed it. I was cutting fabric. You would have been proud. Make sure that this is, I think I've got this pulled up too high. There, that's better. Perfect. All right, so now you have a battery operated. Oh, heated chairs. That's a great idea. That would be perfect for like fall sports. Oh, I know you are, Mom. I was just joking. I'm going to, so my hoop is going to go over top of the sweatshirt and the fabric that is pinned below, so that we can start our embroidery. I love how the conversation has now turned to heated blankets and how we're going to stay warm around the fire this weekend. Love it. Okay, so your sweatshirt, in this case, is, so what we're going to do is we're going to embroider around the outside of these letters. I can probably move that pin now. Maybe not. I want to make sure that that fabric stays. I'll go down here. Just, I don't want it to get too loose. So we're going to find some green floss. Priorities. Oh, I totally get it. I don't disagree. This is what I was thinking, Mo, when you said green, that's got some blue in it, but this little variegated situation, I think would look great with the red underneath. I think this is what we're doing. Excuse me. And now we will try and thread. Yes, we will. Do my very best. You love this green? This is what I was thinking. As soon as you said green, I was like, ooh, this is the right color. I wish I had a threader out here. Because I'm going to leave this full thickness. I'm not going to take it apart. And the eye on this is pretty small. Now's when you wish you had that magic skill of being able to thread a needle flawlessly. I do not have that skill. Maybe this one's bigger, but probably not. I believe it is Annette. 6 ply. 6. I don't really want to separate it. I want it cupped thick. The silence. Did it. Look at me go. Now I just have to not lose it. I'm going to leave myself, I'm probably going to regret it, but I'm going to leave myself a fair amount. But I will probably just get it in a knot. So let's see how we can do here. Success. Yes, success. Success without having to pull it all apart, which I don't want to have to do. And we're just going to go ahead. This sweater is a bit long. Let's see. Let's see how we can do here with still being able to show you on camera. Oh boy. So I am going through my fabric. I'm just double checking. Going through my fabric and my sweatshirt with, and I'm just going to do a straight running stitch, I believe is what it's called. Again, I'm not an embroidery expert, but I'm fairly certain that that's what I'm doing. And all I'm going to do is pull and create it's always interesting to get it started, but I want my stitches to be a little bit wider so that you see the green. And I'm coming through the fabric, through the sweatshirt, and then creating that stitch, coming back to meet that just ahead of the stitch before it. Excuse me. So I feel like this is a great little class because as we do this, it's not like each of these stitches require a whole ton of concentration, and you'll be able to sit and chat with whoever you come with or with the person sitting across from you and just create this line of straight stitches. These are not difficult to do. And the wider you go with your stitch, the more of that color that you see. I'll do a few more and then I'll hold it up so you can see what I mean. The trick is going to be eyeballing it so that you're being relatively consistent in terms of the size of your stitches and how close they are together, because we want them to be nice and close so that the second step of this, when we pull it all together here, you'll see what I'm going to do. And we want that stitch to remain nice and close so that when we cut the fabric, we can see what's behind, but it doesn't all come apart. The cough does hang on forever, Mom. You are right. It has. This is my second go round with the cough, unfortunately. I would preferred it to have gone away and not come back, but it has come back. And here we are with round 2 of the cough. So we are likely probably just going to do one letter on this sweatshirt so you can kind of see what it is that I'm doing. I'm not super quick at this whole stitch situation. I'm trying to get them nice and close together. And keep straight line. But that chalk line is helpful for keeping that straight line. And I am just making sure that underneath, I'm also catching my fabric, right? Which is still here underneath this little hoop. So we've got lots of crafts coming up this week. Tomorrow night we're closed for a private event. Wednesday night we're doing these super adorable porch-sized wooden ornaments, and it's a build class. So everything will be cut for you, but then you will be painting, staining, and assembling, which is always fun. And then Thursday night is this class with the embroidery. Friday is a PA day, so there'll be full of kids here during the day. And we go away to retreat. So I will be away with my retreat group. So if you're curious to know more about retreat and what it is that we do, I'd be happy to just drop that in the comments, because I'd be happy to invite you to the private planning group where you can see what it's all about. But we go away for the weekend and we craft. Someone else cooks our meals, which is fabulous, and cleans up after those meals. And we craft and relax and connect with others and friends that we haven't seen in quite some time, or family. Hey, Sarah, how are you? No, embroidery is on Thursday night. This is the sort of the little sample of what we're doing. Thursday night is embroidery, and it's not full. There is still some space. You bring your own sweatshirt, whatever size and color, and then there'll be a bunch of different options in terms of words to put on them or symbols. You'll be able to choose to do straight embroidery like I'm doing tonight, or adding in some glass beads. So that's an option as well. I'm gonna attempt to hustle here so that I can show you the glass beads bit as well. But Thursday night is embroidery night. So Friday is PA day, and then we go away to retreat. Saturday, there are 3 classes with guest instructors. So what's booked is a paint pour, ornament paint pour with Sheila from Bluebird Valley Art. And then also ceramics. Oh no, I did that in the wrong order. Ceramic ornaments in the morning. And that's a family event, so you can bring the kids. You do need to pre-register, but you can all come and make ceramic ornaments for Christmas. There will be a number of different options for painting, and then also just some blanks like bowls and mugs and things like that if you wanted to do fingerprints or footprints with kids for grandparents or aunts and uncles or whatever the case may be. The ornaments will go to the kiln and then will come back. They'll be back in, I say 72 hours just to be safe, but probably faster than that. So they'll be back in plenty of time for gift giving. And there'll be lots of options, totally kid friendly. So don't worry about the mess, because that's what this class is all about. So you're welcome to do that. And if you don't have kids, you're also welcome to come to the class and paint ornaments. It's not exclusively for families, so you're welcome to come as well. So that's the morning. The afternoon is the paint pour on ornaments, and it's a beach pour, but you get to choose your color, so it wouldn't have to be. And then so that's the afternoon, and then the evening is needle felting with Bex, and they are making snow people, which are so stinking adorable. So lots and lots of options on Saturday. Saturday, we will also have a crew at the Omni Childcare gift giving craft show, which is just next door to us, really, at the Omni Childcare Center, which is also on the grounds of the Saganoska School and the School for the Deaf. So that's where that's at, and we'll have a crew there. Avery will be there with Megan, so that's fun. And then Sunday we will be closed. So typically we're open on Sundays, but we are exhausting all of our staff resources on Saturday, and I will be away. So Sunday we will be closed, which is a little bit abnormal for us, but we're doing the best we can on Saturday with everybody being in different spots. So not too bad there with a little bit of a straight line. I'm going to widen out this M. So it's a little bit curvy, but I don't think you're going to notice once I get it all sliced up. But you can see the stitches. So just a straight running stitch there. And then this chalk will all disappear. And so I'm gonna do my best to finish this M here so I can show you all how this is gonna come together. And keep it in a straight line. Sarah, yes, I can totally add you to that class. Just bring a sweatshirt, hoodie, or otherwise just a crew neck that is either going to fit you or whoever it is you're going to gift this to. And leave the rest up to us. We'll have everything else here. It's a 6:30 start, Sarah. So super fun. Did everybody see the December calendar that got posted last week? I'm curious to know what things caught your interest, what classes you were like, oh, I really like that. I'm going to have to see if I can fit that in. Ooh, thanks, Annette. Starting at 6:30. Annette's got the link there for you if you want to just jump onto it and register yourself. You can totally do that. I love this. Ah, yes. We had journaling yesterday, and it was lots of fun. We had 2 brand new journalers, and it was lots of, it's always fun to share with somebody who's brand new. We had some people yesterday who have been journaling at home for quite some time by themselves and decided to come out and be social and do their journaling and in the class, which was also really fun. We got to meet a bunch of new people yesterday. Oh my goodness, I've managed to make myself a knot back here. Let's see. Yep, bullet journals, Mo. You are the queen of bullet journaling, friend. You have some beautiful and inspiring spreads. Oh my golly, this sweatshirt has got me all tangled up here. Here we go. Crafting live with Sarah is always comical on some level. I had an interview today with 2 second-year business students from Loyalist, and I got to share with them all of the things that we have done over the last several years, and it was kind of fun to chat with them and answer their questions. But it brought me back to those early days where we had, and I still have no idea what I'm doing most days, but I really didn't know what I was doing then. So it was quite interesting. But y'all stuck with me. This little sweatshirt project is going to make for a fun, this is what would make a great gift, would also make a fun night with family. If you've got some crafty friends and you're getting together, or crafty family, and you just like to sit and create with one another, I think this would be fun to do together as a small group, even if outside of here, obviously, but I think that would be super fun. My stitches are by no means perfect, and they are as straight as I can get them, but they are not perfect. Oh no, your Instagram was hacked? That's terrible. Can you ask them to reset your password? That's awful. I'll go later and look and see if there's anything suspicious on your page. That's so strange. Lots of little stitches. So I'm curious to know, some of you said you put up your decorations this weekend, outside or inside? Have we decorated inside yet? Or are you waiting? It's always the question. When do the inside decorations go up? I'm trying to hold this so that I can see it, but so can you. And I'm not being super successful at that right now. But you can certainly see my M coming together here. The kids asked me to, well, one of the kids asked me when we were putting up the Christmas tree. So it's on my brain because clearly they're thinking about it. So I'm not sure. Takes a few weeks to get all the decorations up. That makes sense. Better to do it slow than to wear yourself out too. Especially since you're having to bring stuff up from downstairs. That's the worst part, is getting it all out of storage. I had the best of intentions. Yay, Sheila, we missed you this month. Last month we didn't have anybody able to get here, which is okay. Hopefully we'll see you in December. December is going to be great because we're going to set up themes and spreads and ideas for all of 2025 and set some goals for ourselves. So it'll be good to do some future planning and can decide whether you're starting a new journal for 2025 or if you're carrying on in the one that you've got. So should be good. So clearly I am ambitious and this is taking me much longer than I thought. So I'm going to get this M done so you can see at least one letter finished project here. And then I'll finish the rest of the sweatshirt on Thursday night at class, potentially. But I don't know that I'm going to get to the beading one. I might try just a little bit so I can show you what my idea is there. But it's very similar, only there won't be any fabric behind. The entire Christmas tree will be all embroidered beads, which I think will look really pretty, almost brooch-like on a sweatshirt. And just simple with the outline of the tree and then filling it in with different colored beads. It was my plan. But we shall see. We'll see what time it is. Yes, bringing it upstairs is definitely the worst. I'm glad that you get help. So I would say that my stitches as I go along here are getting to be much more consistent, which is similar to how my punch needle was as well. The more I find the more you go at a time, the more consistent the size of your stitches are. Same with my punch needle. Oop, there we go. Definitely not perfect. I'm not a master embroiderer. I am super excited though that somebody that I would consider a master embroiderer is coming to the market. So our second annual Christmas market is on Friday, December the 6th. So mark your calendars and make sure you're planning to come because there's lots of fun things happening, not just vendors who are here in our everyday makers market, but also some guest vendors, which is exciting. It's new for us this year. And one of them does embroidery work and she does some amazing things. She's got some little tiny hoops that are decorative that could go on your tree. It's lots of great work. And she's local to Belleville and she's going to be here for our market, along with our friend Martha, who does the Indigenous beading. She's going to be here. And another friend, Painful Stitches, who does crochet work. She's going to be here. And our friend from Everlever, I can never say that right, who does crystal work. She's going to be here as well. So lots of fun things. We're going to do food bank donations. We're going to do raffle draws for Three Oaks Women's Shelter. We're going to do some small crafts. And of course, vendor sales. My grandma Moore was the embroidery expert, I would say, for sure. It was something that she was very good at and she loved. I did not inherit that skill from her. I've tried it all. I've tried cross stitch. I did not too badly with cross stitch. And I do love punch needle though. I will say it is one of my favorite things right now. It is very much one of the things that I like to do. I'm going to bring some with me this weekend and hope that I get a second to sit and do something, work on a project. There might be enough time for that. Practice, practice, practice. I know, right? So maybe if I do a couple of these sweatshirts, I think this is super fun. And it does not have to be across the center. I was going to mention this earlier. I've seen some other great samples done by other people that are like little embroideries around the neckline and also around the cuff of the sleeves, which I think is adorable as well. I think you can choose what it is you're doing based on the age of the person that you're creating for. I think obviously there's some really cute things that you could do for children. This option with the words is great for any age, I think. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to be just for holiday. It can be, you could take this same concept and take your child's favorite piece of clothing or onesie and embroider it in to a shirt that said mama or mom or whatever you wanted it to say. And then you would have that piece of clothing fabric right on a shirt that you could wear. That would be kind of cool. So I think there's tons of options for this concept. We're doing holidays right now, but I think you could do it with anything. You could do it for any season. You got a punch needle to try, but it's massive. Like the project is massive, Annette, or the punch needle itself isn't massive. Because it could be either. I actually am really enjoying just using Aida cloth or monk's cloth and drawing my own designs. I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, I did do okay with cross stitch. It just wasn't something that I loved, and I think I would love it even less now that I have to wear bifocals. Glasses and small stitches, not always great. Although I think that the monk's cloth or Aida cloth, whatever, is that I'm using right now for punch needle is about the same gauge. So who knows? Look at me go. I'm almost done the M. The needle. Ooh, so it's like it leaves big holes. Oh, that's not great. I was experimenting with a bigger needle or a bigger punch, I guess they would call it, last week or the week before when the other class was here, another class. And you can use a thicker yarn or a thicker wool. And I didn't love it in the like cotton canvas, but it did not too badly in the Aida cloth because it already has those like grid lines or whatever. I don't know what it's called technically, but I don't know how big in comparison. I'll bring my stuff with me on this weekend and we can noodle it out. It'll be fun. This is coming together. I'm happy with this. And I might even have enough. Embroidery floss to do the full thing and not have to start another piece, which would make it so that I don't have to thread that needle again. I do have some threaders. I just don't know where they are. So I do think that having that chalk as a guide is very, very helpful. It's made it so that I can make my letters, with the exception of that first line, which is a little bit wonky and crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's made it so that I can gauge the thickness and not do too badly. I'll show you here in a second where I'm at. I'm also curious to know how many of you are making Christmas gifts. Are you buying? Are you making? Are you doing a bit of both? I'm always curious to know whether or not you're crafting as many gifts as you can. Don't be sorry. Hey, Ashley. I am still working away at it. It'll be interesting to see whether or not this letter is thick enough. Let me go up one more. A little gift giving and a little gift making. That's fun. You still like cross stitching, but you like quilting better. Yeah. And it takes up all of your free time. All of your crafting time is spent on quilting, which is fabulous. I did a craft show on Thursday and Friday last week, and I was placed across from someone who I met several years ago, who is also an incredible seamstress, and she had some beautiful pieces with her this weekend. We were chatting about my inability to sew in straight lines. We got a good chuckle over it. You make your staff an ornament. That's lovely. Do you have them all done, Mo, or are you still working on them? These needle felted ornaments, I will try and show them to you before we sign off tonight. These ones that Bex has brought in are just so stinking cute. You guys cleared the shelf the last time I showed you what she had brought in, but she's got gnomes, she's got snowmen, she's got gingerbread people, she's got melting snowmen, she's got this so cute stack of macaroons. I don't know how you say that. And they are adorable. And they are all intended to be tree ornaments. There is a bird, and there's mushrooms, and there's jammy pets. They're adorable. You haven't started. Oh my goodness. I get better with practice. I don't have time to sew anymore, but I wasn't great at it when I was doing it back in the day. That's for sure. I could sew, just not in straight lines. Not in straight enough lines, precise enough to be quilting. That is for sure. I was more of a rough sewer, we'll call it. Are you planning on starting your ornaments this weekend, Mo? The jammy pets are adorable. I know. She's made a ton of them, and there's only 2 left. But wait until you see the gnomes and the snowmen and the gingerbread people and the macarons. I'm telling you, they are stinking cute. I will show you before we're done here tonight. There are Christmas things starting to filter in. The little stitchery brought in a bunch of knitted and crocheted items, a whole bunch of new ones. And there's some Christmas ones as well. Look at me, I'm almost done this M. How fabulous. No, Mom, she's not the same needle felter. That needle felter had her things in the store downtown, and she doesn't have her things there anymore. She only did mice. So that's how you guys got the woodworker and the quilter sewer mouse. This lady teaches a class here once a month. Her name is Bex, and her business is Original Art with Bex, and she does needle felting. She is incredibly talented. She did have some mice here last month, but they sold pretty quick. There was like a set of acrobatic mice, and the needle felting class for December is mice with a little heart. So it is so adorable. I've already seen the picture samples. But yeah, she's crazy talented. She can do like pet portraits, and like her attention to the detail and like just scale, and it's just bang on. Yes, I know you do. Oh my goodness. The more I talk, the more I cough. Hopefully that stops soon. Oh, my M doesn't look too bad. It's not completely 100% proportionate, but It is not too bad. We're going to finish this one out. Somebody who knows better, tell me, is that the right name of this stitch, right? It's a blanket stitch. No, a running stitch. Oh, I got it caught again. Oh, the back is a little messy. She is the clock lady. Yes, yes, yes. The frogs in the clocks and the fox in the clocks and the birds in the clocks. Oh, I love them all. Whoops. I'll have to ask her if she can do a Highland cow mow. Oh, you might like it, Mom. It's very therapeutic. You just have to watch your fingers. You don't poke yourself. You should try it. I love the clocks too. The last one she had here was a frog in the clock. It was adorable. She also did a house hippo. I think I probably already told you this, and it was I couldn't stop looking at it. The hedgehog sold, so I wasn't able to take it home with me. I also loved that. I think we're almost there. 2 more stitches, I think. 1 more. Finish up the M. Adorable. And then I can show you how you have so much fabric. You can take a class, though, with your friends at the senior center. It's not going to take away from your quilting time. Just take a class and do something fun. All right, I'm going to tie a very untidy knot here in the back. We won't look at the back situation. And we will trim this off. So that's done. And normally I wouldn't have you cut out, but I want you to be able to see. So there is your M, which doesn't look too bad. This side got a little away from me. I went a little wide, but I'm going to leave it. I don't think you're going to notice. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to separate the sweatshirt from the fabric in behind so that I can snip this sweatshirt. I'm not loving these scissors. I might have to go get another pair. Oh, there we go. You just need to get it started so that your scissors are not cutting the fabric in behind. They're just cutting the sweatshirt fabric, and you're going to get as close to your stitches as you can. And you're going to cut out your sweatshirt, revealing the fabric in behind, hence why it's referred to as a reverse applique, because what we're seeing is that fun holiday fabric that you put in behind. Now, you could do whatever colors you wanted to do. You could do whatever fabric you wanted to do for whatever theme. Like I said, if you had, baby clothes or a loved one's shirt or tie or something, there is no reason why you couldn't do this exact same thing using whatever material you want in behind. I think that this process opens up all sorts of options. And we're just ever so carefully going to snip as close as we can to the stitches. and reveal that fabric in behind. So I'll get the rest of it cut out here. The sweatshirt is bulky, so make sure that this is being cut the way I want it to. Yeah, so the sweatshirt fabric will fray, which is the nice part. So it's kind of reminiscent of like raggy quilts, right? Where you get that frayed edge, but you're not leaving. You want to get as tight to your stitches as possible, and so that you don't have a super ton bit of fraying. It's not going to take over your colored fabric in behind, if you know what I mean. And you can go back and clean that up a little bit. I'm going to turn it around. All the possibilities. Oh, I do not know what spoon flower fabrics are. Spoon flower fabrics. Is that like a certain brand of fabric or patterns? I think there's so many possibilities. I think you could do, like, if you were doing this for a child and they had a love of, you know, something licensed, and you bought the fabric, or, you know, gosh, you could even just make it out of pajamas that were worn out. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to go and buy anything, really. You could just upcycle something that it was no longer serving its original purpose and turn it into something else. Spoonflower is a site. You make your own fabrics. What? Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. Like out of your own artwork? Or like I'm going to have to go check this out now. I had no idea that that even existed. Okay. You can't tell me that this isn't super cute. I love this. And so now you can see, I don't know why that fabric looks orange underneath, but it is definitely not. It's red plaid. But you can see how that is all going to play out for all of those letters. You can see the green stitching around the outside, and your fabric is there on the inside, and it looks super adorable. So once you get that entire word done, then you can take off your pins, obviously, and you can go back on the inside. So I'll show you don't look at my messy stitches. I will clean that up. But you will also be able to go back and trim out this extra fabric, so that it's much closer and you don't have all that extra bulk on the inside. Yeah, I think you totally could use a sewing machine to do the stitches. For sure you could. We're not doing that because this is a class, obviously, where we want to be social and do this by hand, but for sure you could do this with a machine. There's no reason why you couldn't. And you could do like a different stitch, right? You could do, I don't know what all their names are, but you know what I mean? You could choose a different stitch for sure. Super fun. Well, I've kept you an hour. You all have been such good sports to stick around and hang out with me. But I'll show you what that's going to look like. I don't know whether this is too high, but that is the perfect sort of placement for that word right across the front. But like I said, you could do some little stitching just here around the collar. Oh yes, embroidery for sure. Yeah, you totally could. Or do some here on the cuff. That might be cute. All sorts of options. I'm going to work on that one and I'll get it finished up on Thursday night. class. And I will also get some done with these fun beads. I have, like, I was thinking these longer glass beads. Thanks. Yeah, so there's like some whites and some golds. I'm going to use those. I think I've got some red. So that's how I'm going to do. Sorry, I cut off my head there. That's how I'm going to do this guy on the gray sweatshirt. So I'm going to embroider it, but with each of those stitches, I'm going to add a bead or two and make long runs. And so the entire Christmas tree will be beads on the shirt as opposed to the fabric in behind. So those are the two options for Thursday night's class. If you're watching this and you're going to join me, registration is still open and you just need to bring your own sweatshirt. All the rest of the supplies are provided for you. Who wants to see the super fun needle felts? I just have to show you quickly because I think they're so stinking adorable. These are the stacks of macarons. They're so cute. And melted snowman. They are so cute. Melted snowman. The macarons just make me smile. They might not be here. I might have to buy them. There's 2 stacks of them. So there's macaroons. There is this little cute set of snow people wrapped in a scarf. Adorable. And a set of gnomes. There's 3 of them in there. They're adorable. Look at them. Oops. Their little beards. And can you see they have like little red mouths? They're so cute. And then look at the ginger people. They're so cute. Isn't that amazing? Those little ginger people with the buttons and the little red bows. Adorable. Adorable. And then there's jammy pets and a bird and an owl and mushrooms. They're all there. So lots of fun. She's just stocked herself. There's some other ornaments over there. There's angels. There's cardinals. There is all the dog bandanas have got Christmas now as well. Christmas prints. All of Little Miss Beads has got Christmas things as well. Little Stitchery has got all sorts of knitted and embroidered things that are Christmas. So the Christmas stuff is starting to pour in, which is super fun. Super, super fun. You want to see a jammy pet? You bet. There are 2 of them. Look at their faces. The snowmen are adorable. The couple with the scarf or the melting one? I figured you'd like the one with the scarf. He's got a tail. See? But look at his face. That's crazy. And then I also love this little bird. Addison made one of these birds at a class not too long ago. And it's sitting on a cinnamon stick. Isn't it cute? Look at its face. The patience. You know what? You'd be surprised. I was surprised. Addison sat and did it. I was very proud of her. Those are cute. Anyway, that's it for Monday. Watch for your email if you are subscribed that will have your coupon for December classes. It will be out in the next several days. If you haven't already seen the calendar, it is here on the feed somewhere. We'll bump it to the top again so you can see it. Lots of things to do in the month of December, to be creative, to make gifts, to connect with friends and family, and just take a break from the hustle and bustle and sit and be creative and do something with your creative mind. So thanks so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out to create with me on a Monday. I will see you again next Monday. I'll tell you all about retreat, and we'll make something else. So have a fabulous week, everybody. Stay safe and stay crafty, and we'll talk soon. Bye.